I am the only constant.
After Prague was captured, Ossivar Cool had sorcerers perform a ritual to corrupt the entire city. Men and stone bled together to form living statues. Pillars groaned with human voices, and it became an icon of what was to come. They would soon leave Prague to head south, only to be passed by a vanguard of Imperial Knights, who were so outraged that when they fell upon the rear guard of the fell host, they defeated the Chaos forces who lagged behind. Further south, the main army of the Empire, led by Magnus, arrived at Kislev. Here began the battle at Kislev's gates, where even dwarves led by the High King Alricsson was present. The dwarves' tenacious defense allowed the army of Kislev to rally, and Emperor Magnus's army fell upon the encampment of Chaos. The size of the host made it slow to respond to the assault, but eventually they would surround the Imperials. The dwarves attempted to fight them, but were driven back by Ossivar's veterans, where only or a little bit under half of their numbers would remain. Before the killing blow was dealt to the survivors, the knights from that earlier attack arrived, causing the Empire to rally, and even Kislev's defenders with the dwarves charged out. Kul himself fell. Some say he lost the favor of the gods, or one of his own followers betrayed him. From three sides, the Chaos Warhost was destroyed. Here is our very first battle. If we have a look at what I have over here, it's a rather simplistic faction tactically. We have our goals here. We've just got to engage every single one of them. We're all very tired. Every single unit here is very tired. We've got Forsaken, we've got over here Champions of the Raven, and naturally Egrimm van Horstmann, who's moving to engage the main High Elven army. They're pretty close by. They've got a lot of elves. I'm sure it's going to be bloody for me. We're not here to destroy all of Ulthuan. I wanted to get that White Tower of Hoeth burned down, and so after that we can move on to Bretonia, then later maybe even the Empire. I don't really want to let the Empire live forever, and here's our AoE from our Sword of Cain and a Banishment, working together to rip through hopefully hundreds of foes. That's really what we need right now, is for hundreds of them to die. You can see how many corpses are lying on the ground now. If only it hit more of them, that would have been even better. Let's have a look at their forces. A few groups were either nearly or completely wiped out. We were able to take out 165. I was hoping to duel that Phoenix, but a Phoenix is evidently very hard for Egrimm to handle. I wonder if it's due to the flaming attacks, if that's why. So maybe that works against me whenever fighting them. I thought about it, but I was like, no, it'll be okay. I'm not really sure how the overall synergy of that works, like if it's like additional damage or if it replaces your overall damage with flaming damage. I don't really know how that works, and I should probably find out. That would be good to know. It's one of the few mechanics that I'm not really too sure on, because it doesn't really come up too much. But here they come now. They're still getting together. They're now beginning to leave the woods. That means I get to move in. That means our force is led by Egrimm van Horstmann gets to move in. He's at 168 kills. I'm sure he'll be using more spells to break through. Like over here, we've got a nice group of ranged units, so a good banishment would at least get rid of a few of them. Much like that. You can see their health just dropping. I wanted to show that off to you so you can just see how powerful that spell is. I mean, that's a lot of dead Lothern Sea Guardsmen that we no longer have to fight individually. And right now, we've got units moving out like Manticores, our Terror Wing, and Vogan. And over here, we're going after Silverhelms to deny them a charge, but we have Great Eagles who are currently attacking, and Caradrian is close by too, and we know he's very powerful, though I did take the blade, the Sword of Cain, from him. My units are just kind of moving around right now. I was planning on moving back and reorganizing my formation, but I was focusing mostly on what was happening over here. 242 kills. We're bound to use more magic in time. We've got my Manticores who are coming down to fight some of these Silverhelms. Probably a very bad idea in hindsight, but here's the battle unfolding currently. You can see the Flamespire Phoenix moving in, and our leader currently just engaging with so many of them. We're trying to get rid of all of these Silverhelms so that they cannot charge into my flanks or cause any, recycled bits of damage just by them going over and over through my lands, churning through the same units. You can see that Flamespire is just really keeping us busy right now. And elsewhere, we have our armies who are now engaged. They're pretty messed up, and I'll tell you why I did that. Because I don't want them shooting at me. If they're all messed up, usually it can be kind of difficult for the AI to figure out where to shoot. Or, I mean, even if it was you as a player, there can be some friendly fire. If I let some of them sit back, they'll just shoot those and they'll end up dying so quickly. So I prefer to kind of do it like this, even though I don't like to do that every time. There's Tyrion, our giant, smashing some Silverhelms. Hopefully we'll have some love Yeah, here we go. Here's some love. The loving sword of Cain. Taking what is his, its. Yaicha mama. Now, there are eagle claw bolt throwers that I did not see. These actually caught me off guard. I did not see them at all. Again, trees are able to kind of obscure your sight, and it's not great. That Flamespire Phoenix is nearly gone, but you can see where right now I've got my 2 Manticores trying to flee. The Silver Helms are looking pretty rough right now, which is good. There's all the great eagles. I thought we would be okay. I mean, my Terrorwing has fought for so long and been okay. There's another banishment ripping right through them. You see magic going through the great eagles. They're beginning to drop slowly. It is taking time. We're doing our best right now, but I've really learned about the challenges that I'm currently facing. They are certainly unique, but it looks like the great eagles were able to peck away at Terrorwing. Terrorwing has plagued them for so long, but you could see that battle not working in his favor anymore. And unfortunately, Terrorwing has died. It happens. It does happen. I didn't expect them to win an air battle, but they did. They beat me in that battle. Over here, we have Egrimm still fighting many Swordmasters of Hoeth. When it comes to our armies, we're finally breaking through a lot of them. It took so very long. You can see the flies of Nurgle protecting our flock. And right now, we just have more Phoenix Guard to break through. They have broken too, so now we can chase all of them down. We always have more to utilize when it comes to magic. Here they are trying to patch up, doing what they can to sustain what meager forces that are still here. And so, Egrimm is at over 500 kills now, just by casting spells, by attacking. If it wasn't for Egrimm, we would be done for. There's a mage close by. Egrimm still took a lot of damage, so it's not like we're invulnerable. We're not even fighting the full might of Ulthuan. I like campaigns like this where I'm very powerful, but clearly I'm not the most powerful thing on the map. But now they've all broken. We have won the battle. We can mourn the loss of Terrorwing, who's fought with us for quite some time. We honor you, and one day we'll have one of your brood, one of your offspring, come join us again one day. Maybe in a third army led by the Lord of Change, or one of our Lords of Change. Close victory. Yeah, tell me about it. That was a pretty tough army, though. We did wipe out most of them. We'll kill those who remain. Did I lose anything? Let me have a look over here. Well, I'll find out very soon. I thought we could begin with a nice battle. Lothern and Safari have confederated. I mean, that's only logical. They're both losing right now. We kind of ripped right through them. Alariel lost a lot too. I wonder if one day she'll confederate as well. I mean, those two were fighting, Tyrion and Alariel. They were having a lover's spat, which did not work in their favor. Evidently, I mean, I was able to rip right through the core of Ulthuan. Now we'll be heading on over to another target. I would like to get a Lord of Change. I do wish he was a little bit closer to me than Altdorf, but hey, if I've got to go over there to get a Lord of Change, then get a Lord of Change I shall. We've got goals in life, goals we need to accomplish, goals we need to set out to... Ooh, look at that. Look at all of what BRETONNIA is doing, man. They just wanted me to finally break their will. Then they're like, oh, you know what? All those games of where you've been killing us, we're killing you now. Which does make me question, what are the Wood Elves doing? They're usually doing something. But no, we're going to begin traveling, and we have Egrimm van Horstmann. And as you can see here, turns take a while. That's why I don't usually show them. I just wanted to show you what you're not missing out on, which is just a bunch of turns being passed on by. But now it's back to my turn again. Let's have a look. Holy crap, check out everyone here. Now, I was going to go over to Masamune, but I did change my mind as I would like to go get a Lord of Change. I think that'll be fun and quite thematic. So what we'll do, let's see. I know I have more magic to pick up, don't I? I've got everything over here. That is what I wanted. Very true. Now, what else do I want? Barona's Time Warp? Sure, I'll take that. I'll take more of that. Man, they did kill Terrorwing. It was those blasted Eagle Claw bolt throwers, man. I had Terrorwing for so long, but eventually you do endure loss in life. And there's my loss, which I'm angered by the way. But we'll take care of it. I don't think I need as many halberds as I thought. I mean, we are going to go fight in BRETONNIA, so I'll keep them for now. But anyway, let's move. Don't mind me. Don't mind... Oh, right. I need to go burn down BRETONNIA too. They might be moving to Ulthuan. I'll let those two fight for now, sure. And the Munger here, again, I have no idea why they're populating down here. They could have so much land elsewhere. Unfortunately, the ag holes are not doing well either, and unfortunately, again, the Hung are not in the game. They probably were like, you know what, we've made some jokes, but we're not going that far to add in that tribe. All right, so we're mostly done here. We're just gonna let Raksharok conquer his way down. That's what he does. Oh, that's a big army. That might be attacking me. Oh yeah, it's very likely, but we'll allow him to do some more damage. And ooh, Skeggy, you're still alive? Interesting. We'll eventually move him away, but I thought we could just let him burn some more elven lands as he moves down. Pretty decent idea. Yeah. Tor Sethai, we could go to Val's Anvil over here. Come full circle. Everyone's fighting. Let's end their turn. It took a few turns, but Egrimm van Horstmann made it all the way over here. Now it's time for him to attack Castle Carcassonne. Sure, that's a new war. Well, we can actually wait on that because I've got another army that's currently trying to leave as well. If you remember, we had our other army led by Raksharok way up here. It was only a few minor towns that I had to burn down. They really had no large garrisons at all. And now we're getting ready to leave Ulthuan. We don't need to be here any longer. Wow, they took over Lothern. BRETONNIA, what is happening to you? You're doing very well. Tyrion is not doing very well. One of our agents was wounded, but he'll be back very soon. Egrimm, let's move you. I suppose I could let you raid instead. Sure, we'll do that. For fun. After we take Castle Carcassonne, what are we going to gain? A very powerful new book. Okay, so vigor loss reduction will go down. Alright. And we'll gain one more corruption for all characters. We'll have 3 books total after that. I suppose we could fight through the Empire next. That'll be difficult, but we can try our best. I'll need another army to come help me out, I'm sure. Okay, let's end our turn right now because we still need to wait for our other army to get away from what's happening over in Ulthuan. It looks like we're finally ready to attack. Our other agent has returned, and now they're moving over here to Bilbali. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to level you up. I'll put a point over into Manticore. That's going to be very powerful later on. Then we'll come back over here to Egrimm, and Egrimm is going to attack, and I'll show you why. We have a nice event over here. The sword hungers. You wield the power of Cain's might. The sword strikes terror in all of your enemies. On a battlefield, you reap a mighty toll as foes fall before the blade with ease. Yet nightmares torment your soul, and a sickness leeches into your lands. Perhaps it is wiser to relinquish such power. You will be weaker, feebler. But is it not a price worth paying to becalm your dreams? Everything you just told me is a Tuesday for Egrimm. That doesn't matter. Now it's time to go into battle. We are closer to the castle. I want my books, okay? Oh, you're allied to Bordalo. Well, I've got allies too. Good luck. Oh, there isn't a large garrison here. We'll take it right away. I don't need more favor. We have unlocked the Soul of Damnation, a new hell cannon. Distorting the laws of nature, unnatural energies of chaos imbue this hell cannon with astonishingly quick firing rates and deadlier projectiles. Not bad. Another mission completed. So now we have another tome. And you are ranked 30. So I'll put a point over here into, let's see, Verona's Time Warp. I want all of your spells to be mastered. And our other army will be here in like 1 or 2 more turns. But now it's time to fight through BRETONNIA. Eventually we'll come over here and fight into the Empire, as I would like to burn down Altdorf. But let's kill a few Bretonnians. Though they are far from home currently, so I don't know how well they are going to do. The Empire will by far be our largest threat. Oh man, they were doing so well. My poor army is probably not going to do as well, but I suppose we'll find out if they can survive or not. If they can, then good. If not, oh well. No, it's not time for a new army yet. That'll come very, very soon. I'll probably give that Hell Cannon over to my new army, my 3rd army. Now it's time for me to move on to a new target. And Lothern was destroyed. I can't believe it. I mean, over the course of a few turns, Ilario came back and took a lot of what he had. Then after that, you had, of course, BRETONNIA fighting. Oh yeah, my armies are pretty beat up, it looks like. Oh wait, no, you're over here. Okay, so you're not dead yet, but you are trapped in Ulthuan. I hope maybe one of you can make it out. I doubt it, but let's hope. Okay, time for you to move over here. Let's go. There we are. Now you're able to replenish. at rank 13 for you, Zargan. We'll put a point over into Blade Shield again. I never want you to die. I want you to fight in melee combat for a long time. Even when they have a Manticore for a siege battle, or maybe for particular battles, I'll change all of them back to, you know, being on foot.
Very well, I'll move.
Oh, hello, Vampiric Corruption. Okay, well, I'm going to fight my way up. It'll take me a few turns. And I doubt they have too many armies back at home. So I don't know how long it'll take for me to pillage and rampage through all of BRETONNIA. But right now, it's been pretty great. Check out my tower, a floating tower, just killing everyone. Poor Canels, I'm sure if they knew, they would have come back home, but they overextended. That'll work into my hands. It'll take a minute to get over there. I don't want to skip all of the pillaging and conquering. I mean, I could do that even though, you know, we don't have a great enemy to fight. I think it's still very important to witness our rise to power. Vogan will never die now. He's made it. He's done it. And over here in Bilbali, can I beat them outright? I can. I'm going to let him go down a different direction. Yeah, we're going to do that. Also, Middenland is fighting me. They want to fight my vassal, the Agholes. I prefer to call them by their true Norse name, the A-holes. Okay, Rock Shirok. We'll put a point over into the Fate of Biona. Enjoy. It's a very expensive spell, but if we need it, you have it. You have it. So I could go to Magritta and conquer my way up. Or we can move over here, fight through wherever else. Or maybe I'll have you follow the coastline. Yeah, that's another idea. We could burn down everything by the coastline as we continue to move upwards. And I've changed out a few of my units too. I've got Chaos Warriors, a lot of them who have great weapons. I wanted to have more armor-piercing damage. We're nearly there now. Predavon, what do you have going on? Oh, we're not fighting you. Here's an army, finally! So we're about to have a pretty good battle. You're in trouble. And I'm pretty happy about it. I've been waiting to kill someone in battle. Okay, Rock Shirok. I built for him a Dragon Ogre Gathering. No one truly knows when and how Dragon Ogres gather, but they always assemble on ground sacred to their ancient pact. And in one more turn, we get Lightning Grounds that we evidently take with us. I don't know how that really works out, but it somehow does. Okay, Rock Shirok, it'll take you time, but let's go. Oh, I can't wait, man. 12,000 favor gone. We now grow in power, and it's time to attack our first Bretonnian army. This should be fun. It is now time to fight BRETONNIA. I would imagine the main Bretonnian faction of Couronne, led by King Lewin Leoncoeur, has the most armies back at home. The other powerful duchies are probably all over in Ulthuan. Oh, Royal Hippogriff Knights are no joke. 270 weapon strength. My army is charging down the hill. There we have a Fate of Biona on them, and also over here, that AoE from the Sword of Cain. It's really our first time fighting Bretonnians, and they're gonna meet our might. I wonder how this campaign will go. You know, a mini campaign within a campaign, or we could call it an expedition, just for a little bit of delineation between the terminology that we use for campaign and, you know, what we're doing now. Oh, they're using magic too. There's an Awakening of the Wood hitting our forces. And now, our forces clash. They're fighting Chaos Warriors. I wonder how powerful their magic will be when it comes to taking us down. You can see the battle unfolding. There's a banishment ripping right through them right now. They're probably not used to seeing the light source of magic being utilized by Chaos, but here it is right now. I mean, it is a wind of magic. Unfortunately, there is some friendly fire. It did back up into our own units, so now we've learned what type of havoc can be wreaked upon ourselves. So evidently, I can't trust myself, but usually it's gone my way. It's been very rare for me to get engagements like that where, you know, it's hit my own side. Luck of the draw. But we are playing Chaos, so I am a lot less careful with friendly fire. Over here is Vogan and Egrimm fighting together. There is another Awakening of the Wood. We now just need to press on through them. It looks like many of them are broken. It is only the first army, and look at that. They're leaving. They're very tired, too. They're already very tired, so it's not like they were effectual to begin with. Their capability to engage in combat is limited by how exhausted they are. Oof. That was a hit. There's not very many left. another awakening of the wood. She is obsessed over here using that. There's my Hell Riders of Slanesh riding down on the right flank. They have now broken, so we have won the battle. We just need to chase after those who remain, and she's one of them. She's getting the hell out of here, sure, but she's one of them. Let's get a nice overview to see what's happening. There's a little banishment just to hit some, just because they're there. We're just going to chase after everyone. You can see how that looks right now. Just little ants, little chess pieces all being moved. It's probably how Tzeentch looks at the battlefield going, not bad. Not bad at all. There's one decisive victory. My god, they lost a lot. I lost a lot too. My Chaos Warriors were pummeled. That's okay. The bad lady's gone now. We killed her. It came off really dark. Okay, rank 31. What more do I even want? I could get rid of more vigor loss. I mean, sure, we'll take that. If my warriors here never tire out, my god, could you imagine if they could fight for days and holy crap, they have 2 armies over here. Oh boy. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna rest up for 1 turn. They may come to attack me. If they do not leave, we'll go attack them. For my other army, well, can you move yet? Can you do that? Right, you've already moved. You just need to build up your lightning grounds. And I'll get rid of 1 unit. What unit shall it be today? I do have some marauders, and I do like my marauders. I'll get rid of 1 chariot group. Hopefully I can afford one of these guys. If not, I'll figure it out later. Okay, let's end our turn right now. Time for a pretty grand battle where my numbers are fairly limited. I did not expect to have so many Bretonnians here, so we've got to use Egrimm to weaken as much as we can. Let's look at their numbers real quick. Currently, it's at over 3,500 and growing. More are coming in. I am so vastly outnumbered. Even if I had a full army, they have so many knights and peasants here. It's a proper Bretonnian crusade. I mean, this is really what Bretonnia is all about, using masses of peasants here while their knights wreak all of the havoc. And unfortunately, they do have a blessed filled trebuchet. I want to get rid of that, but I doubt I can. There's a dragon's breath ripping through some of their units, so we can see that at 40 kills, only 40 kills, but I'm trying to get rid of some of their peasant bowmen. Peasant bowmen are actually very scary and very damaging. Now it's time for a banishment right in the middle of a lot of peasants who are running right into the spell. If only it was hitting more of them. Maybe I should use it in the very front, but you can't always predict where it's going to move. But that at least killed many more of these Bretonnians and damaged a few of their knights too. So Egrimm is now at what? 178 kills, and you can see how vast and large their army is. I mean, my little army is over here. Their large army is way over here. And all of it is surging towards us. They have flying knights, they have ground knights, if you want to call them that. Just standard knights. It's nasty, it's not kind. And they're not all bunched up to where I can easily just use 1 AoE to win. And unfortunately, I've got to waste my time going after the Blessed Filled Trebuchet. I do not have my Terror Wing to do it for me. Otherwise, I could have used that. But now we've got to go after that. Darn. Anyway. There's some magic being used over here. We're looking at what then? Harmonic Convergence, buffing up some peasants. We see the battle now unfolding before us. We just have to brawl and do our best to win. I don't know if we can win, but we're going to try to win. This could be a loss for us today. Something I know you don't see very much from me, outside of just like those minor settlement battles where a big stack pops up out of nowhere. So there we go. Egrimm is busy over there. We finally get to watch more of our army fight. It's not all focused on him. Vogan is under attack too. The Holy Wardens of Lama Santal are fighting hard, and currently Vogan is surrounded, and it's very hard to get out once you're surrounded. Let's see. Let's have an overall look at what's happening right now. My champions of the Raven, they have quite a few kills, right? A mighty 12. They're totally not dying. Anyway, over here we have that Sword of Cain ripping right through a great deal of them, and there might be some friendly fire on those champions, but that's really their fate right now. We just need to rip through as many of them as we can, killing more of them. They're just meant to be fodder at this point. That really shows you the fate of all Warriors of Chaos who might not be winning. And here's another banishment. Hopefully it is ripping through more of them than it is of us. I'm sure it's hitting a few. Yeah, it is unfortunately hitting a few of our Chaos Warriors, but I had to do it. We had to kill hundreds because we weren't winning that battle. You can see right now how they're just all over our units, and the enemy lord is wounded, thankfully, because Egrimm was able to easily take it out. They have all their leadership pretty close by, all their leaders in one location. He's at over 500 kills. So because of those choices I made, I now have over 500 kills. kills, but we could still see where we're trying to fight. And it looks like taking out their leader was a good call. The Skull Reapers are still fighting. They're surging in and cutting down a lot of these guys. They have 100 kills right now. We don't even have a lot of kills right now. And here's my Chaos Spawn, the Horstmann family at 35 kills. And who knows, for more iconic units, we might even rally up more. And there's a nice banishment through fleeing units. That's a great way to get a lot more kills and to at least ensure that if they do come back, they'll be much weaker. So he's now at 730 kills. Egrimm is killing a lot. You can see how many I've lost already. I don't have a lot. I didn't have a lot to begin with, but now they're beginning to flee, so I need to chase after them. I could just kind of reorganize and get back into formation. There's a charge from their Blasted Knights, their Pegasus Knights, Royal Pegasus Knights that have 120 weapon strength and magical attacks. And over here we have the Holy Wardens again at 2 kills. They're now fighting our Chaos Warriors, and you can see just how terrible this battle is. I mean, it is apocalyptic in its scope, and if we win, it doesn't even really matter. I mean, it does, sure, I won't lose my Sword of Cain, but the biggest issue is that I've got to go back and rebuild. That's how bad the battle's been, and there's another banishment. That's how much magic that we have. It's almost to a point where I might not need Vogan. I mean, I do need him in a way, but I could put him into another army if they do not have a spellcaster and just get a new unit, which would be good for my numbers because I already have a lot of spell casting. I mean, you could just see the overall battlefield and what has happened here. There are so many dead Bretonians. There's a few of our dead, only because we had very few to start with. Tyrion is still very much alive and is currently at 46 kills. Tyrion's just been smashing. Tyrion's all about that smash and grab. We have Chaos Spawn over here who are still fighting. The Horstmann family at 54 kills and rising. Unfortunately, I think I need to get rid of that fireball by our next part. Over 800 kills now because it's blocking my capability to summon in Chaos Spawn, which is really a shame whenever you have like item abilities. You can only really have so many. So now we're fighting these knights trying to save the Horstmann family. I have no idea if we can or if we will. And over here now, a very small amount of warriors and Forsaken are having to fight through even more warriors who have come back. And that's why I was trying to use spellcasting to break them, because look at that. Sure, we're getting more kills, but eventually you just break. But here's another sword ability from the Blasted Sword of Cain. And now we're at how many kills? Let's have a look. 926 kills. If only it ripped right through another group of them. And let's see, let's have a look now. We have such a small amount of units left. Like over here, the Exiles, I'm seeing only 3 that have survived of Vogan's Exiles. And right now, Egrimm is just chasing away what is possible. Here comes more Knights. I would rather them focus on Egrimm, because I don't really have a lot left. It's been one of our longest battles yet that we've ever had. The family is still fighting. You can see them just still going at it right now. Are they tired? They are tired. They have 88 kills, but they have a small amount of health. And unfortunately, these are all pole arms. But I have no choice but to let them fight. And they still have Peasant Bowmen left. And Peasant Bowmen are quite devastating depending on what they're attacking. Let's hope that we have more magic or something to use. Again, these Royal Pegasus Knights have 19 kills, which is actually a lot for how few that I have. And over here are some more Falling Guard. 9 left of the... okay, maybe a little bit less than 9 now. 143 kills by these great weapons. We'll zoom out and see. It hasn't even been that long of a battle. It feels like it's been ages. It hasn't been, but it feels like it's been ages. Over here, our Skull Reapers still fighting. They're at 194 kills. I mean, they have killed so many. It looks like now our foes are beginning to break. Look at these guys. They don't care. They'll keep on fighting. And Egrimm in the middle with Tyrion. There's our giant. I'm so glad we have a giant. 69 kills, even if it's not like the most kills on the map. Just having one unit stay on the map like that, it's able to cause fear and terror, is so powerful. Batter up. Egrimm is charging in again. I really thought at this point the battle would just be completely over. Egrimm's the only one left. 963 kills going up. Tyrion is still alive, but barely. We have 160. Oh, okay, so they have 5 left. So they lost like 4. The other group of Chaos Warriors. Oh, that might have been the... No. You are a different group. Let's see. 166 kills over here, 64. I mean, I have a lot of great weapons, and they did end up working out. It's just, again, I feel like I probably need some hordes of Chaos Marauders to fight through this. I might end up getting some just to have those numbers. They're just meant to kind of pad out the damage that my other units deal with. So I might consider just getting hordes of Marauders in the future. Not right now, but maybe in the future. I want trolls, but I might end up, yeah. I think I might actually get rid of those troll buildings because I already have my special units. But anyway, we are now done here. We have done our part. The battle is over. We just need to chase after who's left. We have so few left. It's time to go back, maybe into Estalia, to rebuild our little army. I can't say big army, our little army that's left. Let's do our best. Now we've won, though much of my army has been destroyed. My God, that was a really difficult battle. They had 3,900 units. I need more. I need more than what I had there. I get to rebuild my army for once. I'll execute them all for fun. Do I need to fight another army? I really hope not. So now I do need a third army, but I will wait for that Lord of Change, most likely. I don't want 4 armies. That's way too many. I like to focus on a few armies. That way we can get to know them. We know what they're up to. We know what they're doing. Bogan was wounded. I mean, I just didn't have the numbers for that battle. We weren't even at full capacity, but I only have 1,000 units. And the issue is, even if you're elite, archers will deal a lot of damage. So I do need more shields, I think. I need more shields to handle the archers. The horsemen are one thing. And even though we have Egrimm, who's so very powerful, he's only one individual. Clearly, if you have the numbers, you can wash over an army. Now, it's time to move on to a new area. Brion, we're heading over to you now. Rock will come greet you in just a little while. It'll take time, but it is doable. Now, there is oh my God, another army is coming my way. Why don't we move back for right now? I'm sure they'll follow me. They'll certainly try. Okay, I can build another building. Even a chariot probably would have been nice. That may not have been bad. What else could I really use? Trolls could have been interesting, I think. So I think I'll probably build that. Let's see, what else do we have? I have, what, 2 building slots left right now? I do need my Arcane Vortex if I want to get more Chaos Spawn or even a Manticore. And Bloodgrounds are great for having hordes. And hordes can be quite handy, really. They can. Believe me. Alright, so we're going to take some trolls though, because I don't have any trolls. I haven't used any trolls. So I do want to use some trolls, and I'm going to have to still... Well, let's have a look first, before we take anything at all. So there's a giant. How many can I have? I can have 5 points worth. So like 3 and 2. I don't believe there's any like 1 point units. That's 2. So I could have like 2 special units like that. What about a Shoggoth? How much is a Shoggoth? Also 2 points. Man. Not bad at all. And I also get some special units too. I could probably use some. I do need some knights. Knights are handy. We'll take 1, 2. That's 2 over here. Okay. Then after that, we'll take, what else? I need some chosen probably. I mean, champions of the Raven just feel about right. So we'll take those. And I want some chosen who have shields. So there we go. I'm kind of maxed out on that. Unless I want to like get rid of one group of knights, but I don't want to do that. I do have Skull Reapers. Oh, that is true. I do have Skull Reapers. So let me think about that instead. Can I get anything else? I could just get more knights if I want to. That's just one decent idea that I think would work out fairly well for what I'm doing. I could have a lot of infantry and knights instead of trying to get more elite infantry. I mean, I've got my champions. Yeah, why don't we try that out? Because I feel like we just need more mounted units. I don't have nearly enough mounted units to handle what they're bringing to the fray. So we'll take another group of those. And while I'm doing that, we need more infantry, don't we? So we'll take over here, Chaos Warriors. 1, 2. And who knows, maybe I'll need to like change up a few things to get some trolls in. I have a finite amount of things that I can pick up, but I will take up a Soul of Damnation because I do think I need that. If I don't get it now, who knows when I'll get it. And let's see, what about you? You're pretty much good to go. Can I get anything fun for you? I don't believe I can. There's not like too much fun stuff. Yeah, I would need to get rid of some chosen if I wanted to grab that. Or even, I suppose, I could get rid of the Swords of Chaos. I mean, they've been great for me. I mean, they are a special unit. But I think I want another group of infantry. I've got some stuff. I want a Shoggoth as well, so I'll have room for those 2. And I think that'll work out nicely. So let's go ahead and just kind of wait and see what we're going to pick up. And I can always, and I also would like to move those knights over to another army as a backup unit. That's why I love having backup units. But let's end our turn for now. What's happened to me here has never happened to me before. I've been pushed out of BRETONNIA. We need to rebuild our army. We'll be back in time. But that's really exciting. That tells me I've got a grand challenge in front of me. If I didn't have that Sword of Cain, I would have lost that battle. I mean, they completely tore right through me. So we've got a chance to have a pretty entertaining campaign in my view. Now, Rock hasn't been able to recruit more, not yet. But here's what we can do. We can go over to our right. We can pick up Cunning of Tzeentch. There we are, all done. And then we can move into battle. We can attack one at a time, like right over here. Let's go fight them and hopefully beat them without losing too many, as I would need to fight more later. They do have the Lady's Mantle, a very powerful ability. All right, well, here we go. We're going to try. Now it is time for Rock to fight a battle. And we can see what numbers can do whenever we fight against a pretty large foe. There's our Hell Cannon going after that filled trebuchet. What a great initial strike. Hell Cannons are pretty powerful, especially the one that we have right now. That was able to strike so much fear into them, they left. They said, forget this, we're leaving. So now, we don't have to worry about that very terrible weapon being used against us. A filled trebuchet. Here comes another attack, landing right by some of their other soldiers. Not killing too many, but you can see the impact of what it's able to do. It's able to discourage them. Take cover, -8 to leadership. And it deals such a big chunk of damage that I think it shocks them all. So here's all of my Marauders holding up in the middle. We've got over here some special units, mostly on my right flank. I thought maybe they would come around me, so I wanted to take care of that. And I also wanted to shoot at their flying units too, to weaken them and to freak them out, because I didn't want them here for too long. I've got all of my Exalted Heroes. Sometimes I just want them on foot. But everyone's charging in now. It's time for a proper battle. We haven't had a proper battle in a while with my main army. I have more elites in my main army, but there's only so many I can have. There's another shot. Now that was an excellent shot. You can see how many were taken down. I'm trying to make sure that we're not dealing with too much friendly fire. We have our chariots moving through. These aren't Gore Beast chariots. Maybe one day I'll pick them up. The Mirror Guard are surging in. We've got the Pegasus Knights who have a Spirit Leech on them. I was trying to use like whatever I could, like a Fate of Una, but they had the Lady's Mantle negating their damage. A lot of them are breaking. They're not being supported properly by their leaders, and they have a larger army on the way that's taking way too long to get here. I wanted to let my chariot move in to just cut down some of them while they fled. I thought that would be a good idea, and it seems to be working out just fine. They're currently at 31 kills. And let's have a look now. Most of them have broken, so we can reform our formation. We can get ready for another attack. Our Hell Cannon currently has 64 kills. And now we're changing up our formation to meet up the new challenge, which are these Knights of the Realm who are trying to move in. And we also have, again, just more mounted warriors who want to fight us. So we're going to see what they're going to be all about in just a little while. Oh, they have Grell Knights, and there's that filled trebuchet crew. They'll be moving in too. Let's have a look. They've charged in. They've knocked back several of my warriors. There's another attack, a great hit, wiping out a few of their knights. Now they can't fight us. There's a Fate of Una right on top of those blasted flying knights. They're not taking as much damage as I would have liked. Let's see, over here we have more warriors on the way. We're having to bring back our chariot because they have Knights of the Realm helping out the fleeing units who are now rebuilding and coming back. That's what they do. That's what Bretonnians do. But now we have a lot of special units moving in, like those Summoners of Rage or whatever that they're called. These Dragon Ogres, yeah. There's another shot from the Hell Cannon. Here comes these very special units with all their enchanted gear. These colors are quite lovely, by the way, for the Bretonnians. Oh, they're just packing a punch, taking down these knights. That damage is doing it right now, and all that debuffing I think is working too. There's another hit, hitting them far out over there. Now, a lot of these knights are leaving because they don't have a choice. Now we've just got to go chase after some more enemies over here. We're keeping these knights all pinned down. The chariots are moving through them. It's just a matter of just wiping them all over the floor. Another hit from our Hell Cannon. Some more spell casting to weaken them. I mean, those were Grell Knights, so we used a Fate of Una on them. A great way to destroy them. They only got 29 kills. We have Knights Errant, young knights who are moving in again. But now we're pushing up. So let them push in because we've got Summoners of Rage and so many more units who are going to stop their assault. It's over here where you can see all the pestilent glory of Nurgle. Now they're all leaving. The chariot's still attacking. For the chariot, let's see, we've got 168 kills. That's why chariots are fantastic in CTT. They're very deadly. A Gore Beast chariot is even better. Eventually, I'll probably get one. It's just hard for me to It's like an extra unit. And check out the helmet on that guy. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool looking. Whip, whip, whip. Cut, cut, cut. Another hit from that hell cannon. Oh, look at that. I got lightning capabilities. Look at me. I know a magic trick or two. Yeah, Summoners of Rage are pretty scary. Chain Lightning can be just summoned up like that by them. That can deal some damage, even if I mock them for it. So now they're all fleeing. So we've won the battle. We just need to chase after anyone who's left. We can see over here that we've got Veles the Black Count with only 1 kill. I had him just kind of like fending off a lot of their flying units and chasing them after they fled. You can see the entire wall of just monstrosities over here. Our Chaos Chariot is taking damage while in the woods, but they have nearly 200 kills now. The battle is over. We have won. We can get rid of the rest of them probably via auto-resolving, just because they're not going to be able to challenge me. Then we can hopefully get some new units in, rebuild a little bit, have some more numbers in our army, and be okay. That was a really good decisive victory. We lost only 284. They kept trying to charge in, but they kept breaking too. Helm of Many Eyes. Oh, very cool. Okay, it's a constant augment. +7 to armor and +5 to melee attack? Wow. This helm is covered with eyeballs that stare into the world as it was, as it is, and as it shall be. Those that can sift through the images are changed. And we've gained Abductor. 5% more income from post-battle loot. That's really why we're so wealthy. We've got so much of that helping us out here. Okay, Rock Shrug. You're not quite done yet. I'll put a point over here into Doom and Darkness. I don't always use it, but maybe one day. I did use Fate of Biona on more important mounted units. For you, Veles, here you go. More armor. I want your Manticore mount to be even better. And Zargon, you finally get your own Manticore mount. Now, I'm lacking 2 units by choice. I would like to finish off what they have here. I think that would be the best thing ever. Now, you don't really have a lot, so we'll just get rid of you. We'll kill off what you have. I've beaten off your, main dominant army, so why don't we destroy what's left of your armies, much like that. Just to get right through all of them, for fun, for grand fun. That has got to feel bad. Okay, and for you, Raksharak, well, no, you need a Chaos Dragon, which you do not have yet. Okay, let's upgrade Aspect of the Dread Knight. Not always need it, but it can change up a battle quite dramatically, in fact. Okay, so we've got to look at what we want instead. My Chosen worked out really well. I think I had a lot of really cool things that worked out very well. Even though having a Shoggoth I think would be pretty cool, I still would need to get rid of 1 additional unit down here in order to have that unit. But I can get more Dragon Ogres. I think they're pretty cool. They do have a lot of armor piercing. I think that would be thematically interesting. Even though I wouldn't have a Shoggoth, I would still have a lot of very, very hefty things. And I have quite a few special units as it is right now, so let's see here. Some Chosen to lead up my infantry would also be neat. Then I need 1 more unit. Now, what unit should that be? I suppose what I could do, I could grab Marauders. I mean, if I wanted to keep my current army as it is right now, I could grab Marauders, like a Marauder Horde. That's a lot of armor-piercing damage that I do not otherwise have. So that would be the other idea if I wanted to get rid of the Chariots. I could go down that route. Well, actually, the Chariot is fine, right? That's a core unit, so we don't need to worry about that core unit. No, I like having my numbers. I think that's pretty good. And I have my 2 groups of Chosen, so I think I will actually take these 2 for right now, just to see how that plays out for me. It might not play out well, but so far my army build is working out very well. And I've got some, Dragon Ogres. And now we can end our turn because there's not much more for me to do. We still need to rebuild our main army because they're in big trouble right now. Now that we have a new turn, what more are we going to do? The Empire's close by, but thankfully we're not fighting them. Yeah, we do need to break from all of them. I might even need to get a 3rd army before I go into the Empire. But so far, I think we're doing fine. Having to level up a new leader, I would rather get my Lord of Change. Okay, so now we can get Trolls if we wanted to make room for them. I probably won't do that just yet. I could get rid of my Knights. I mean, I do have a lot of special units currently. And I have my Giant as well. I mean, these Trolls could potentially make a difference for my infantry. Let's have a look over here, though. I think what I want right now would be more Blood Grounds. I think having those to kind of pad out my numbers, my lack of numbers, would be fantastic. So we'll take, let's see, 1 of you. We'll take another 1 of you. That'll put me at 15. So I've got a lot of infantry right now. I want some more Sensor Bearers, so we'll take those 2. And after that, we have a lot of what I already want when it comes to global recruitment. There's not too much more that I could pick up. And I'm sure that I'll lose more as we continue to go along. I can't afford my Champions of the Raven right now. But look at how cheap everything is. I mean, everything I have is relatively cheap, which is very nice. Okay, let's see here. Some Chaos Marauders. I mean, these shields are okay. I'll take some armor-piercing damage. Okay, Krakadrak has been encountered. Vogan, you'll be back in 1 turn, so we'll have time for him very soon. I have room for 1 building. I can get another hero. I can't get a vortex yet. Well, I can get a vortex, but I would have to like get it somewhere else if I wanted to go down that route. Or I could just pump out more agents to use, so we'll see. And what about you? Let's see, where are you going? Well, you're gonna patch up for now. We'll let him patch up for right now.